All right, so welcome everybody to our very first Cheers with CCC. So Cheers is just a quick tasting between friends, entrepreneurial friends, and we just want to share our network with everybody else and just talk about all the cool things that we all have going on. So on this week's episode, we have our friend's 90-minute work date. So I'm excited. How you girls doing?
Good. Trying to bring that outside energy to the
Lighting. I should have lit more, like opened few more of my blinds as well. But I just went out for a walk and it was so refreshing. Thank God I don't suffer with allergies like most people.
Yeah, I do suffer from allergies, but it
Me too.
Yeah. So, and this is the first time I put on makeup in like a few days. So
it looks good, boo. It looks good.
Okay, so Kel, do you want to kick it off with the cheers first?
Yes, y'all. So first we're going to take a nice little toast to, women of color, women in power, and women in innovation. So cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So as you know, we are sitting here with the 90-minute work date. And my first question is, what is the 90-minute work date and how did it come to fruition?
So I'll kick it off. A 90-minute work day is a timed, structured work session for driven professionals that just happen to be busy, which is pretty much all of us. It came to be because I am, by day, I'm a writer and a content strategist, and I specialize in social media and building digital communities. What that translates to on a day-to-day basis for me is that I'm working from home a lot. And what I struggled with was being at home with all of my distractions. So I really had to figure out and research and Google ways to be productive, even when I'm sitting next to my television or a few steps away from my bed. So in my searching, one thing that kept coming up was Pomodoro rounds. And the idea behind that's a well-researched concept. But the idea behind that is that you work for a block of time, usually 90 minutes or 120 minutes or an hour, and then you break for 15 or 25 minutes. 90 minutes was the rhythm that I found worked for me. So on my own, I would just work for 90 minutes and then take a 15-minute break. So once I figured how to be effective and productive in a remote space, I still needed a way to hold myself accountable. So then I started just inviting people out. I'm a pretty social person, so I would just invite people via text message and I threw it on social media as well. And then Fiona, I actually didn't know her at the time that we started doing these informal 90-minute work dates in bars and libraries, but she was kind enough and awesome enough to join me in those early work dates. And we just ended up building a really great working relationship and a really great friendship out of working alongside each other, sharing our goals with each other, and then brainstorming like, okay, I struggle with this. How did that work for you? Or what would you do about this? What do you think of this graphic? I'm just having those types of conversations organically. So then we saw, I doing 90-minute work days was the most productive I had been in life. So we decided to expand it and really build a community around it. So that's kind of like the backstory to 90-minute work dates and also the backstory to our friendship. Yeah.
That is so dope.
Yeah, so I had a similar story as well. For Candace, she had one challenge and the 90-minute workday answered that. For me, the challenge was overworking and finding that I was working around the clock trying to meet the needs of my clients. So I am a entertainment PR specialist. I am the owner and founder of Digital PR. It's a boutique entertainment PR firm focused on supporting the vision and goals of creators of color in the film, fashion, and lifestyle industry. So with that said, I was working around the clock. I was trying to meet the needs of my clients at any given moment. And the challenge in that was that I had no work-life balance. So Candace presented this idea that we link up for coffee
and do a like work date, I was like, bet I'm there because I'm already at home working right now as I type this. So let's pull up. And it worked out for me because it allowed me to set more parameters around when I work, when I play, and yeah.
That is what's up, y'all. Like, I know me and Candace have had conversations in the past of trying to figure out how to be productive, how to be, motivated to do anything. So the fact that y'all were able to merge this together is so bomb.
Yeah, and a friendship came out of it. So, I mean.
Right. You built a community, a whole ass community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I said whole ass. So what can people expect out of a virtual version of the 90-minute workday? Like, how should one prepare for it?
So I'll take this one. Essentially, what we're trying to do is bring that same productive energy that we bring to in-person meetings to a virtual setting. I mean, Big Rona has us tied down right now. We can't go outside, but we still want to be able to be productive, tackle our goals, and be able to accomplish the same things we would accomplish in person. So what we'll be doing on April 11th, this coming Saturday at noon, is linking up on Zoom from 12 to about 2:30, and it'll be the same structure. And although we're not in person, people can still kind of build that ecosystem virtually through the chat option in Zoom and still answer the questions or answer the needs of people that come to the 90-minute workday. Kind of needing like a graphic designer. There may be someone in the room and they can utilize the chat to kind of network and build those bridges.
That is so dope.
So dope, yes. And so I guess you guys already answered this question earlier, but how has the 90-minute workday benefited your own personal and professional projects?
For me, it was a biggest thing for a content creator, and which is what I do, is being consistent. And not just being consistent in am I always producing content, but just being consistent with your systems and your practices. Like, are you dedicating time to research the industry? Or are you looking up competitors? Are you sourcing, people for conversations? And so having these set blocks of time set aside really gave me time between my full-time work and my passion projects and my side hustles. It really gave me a time to say, you know what, like if I don't do this tonight, on a Wednesday night after work, I know that I have my Saturday morning with Fiona, and then I'm going to work for 90 minutes. And I'm probably, because I'm so motivated sitting next to her and seeing other people around me working, I'm probably going to do several 90-minute rounds, to be honest, and get a lot done.
I think we need that.
Yeah, I was going to say that. We haven't had the pleasure of being to one of the previous in-person 90-minute work days, but Kel and I have always said, like, man, we got to go to one of those, because just for CCC alone, like we've created spreadsheets now, like really like
getting into the weeds of it.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely, I was going to talk to you about that after this, Kel, and be like, do you have time on Saturday so we can
Girl, I'm going to make time.
Work.
Yes. Too, the cool thing about Zoom is that you guys can privately chat each other and like virtually work on things.
Right. Exactly. And I can see how, like, being in an environment where everybody is talking to each, kind of getting buckled down and really getting focused, it helps you to focus. You're not in necessarily a party atmosphere. You're in an atmosphere where everybody's motivated and doing their thing. And I can see how that can have people together. And don't you guys also have a portion where you share, like, roadblocks and things like that? I thought that was really, can y'all elaborate on that? That was really good.
So yeah, the 90-minute workday is set up where we all come together, we share our goals and our vision for what we plan to work on for the 90 minutes. And then after that, we set the timer, everyone gets to work. After the 90 minutes is done, we come back together and talk about successes, challenges, and what we would do differently. And then from there, that's the opportunity for others to chime in and like share different resources or things that they might know about that can help their fellow 90-minute workday homie like to conquer those challenges, and then they might be the solution. So it's just like an ecosystem that's building naturally.
Nice.
Love it.
So the last question is, what is next for the 90-minute workday, both during and after the quarantine?
So during the quarantine, we plan to just continue to adapt to the needs of our community. We saw that people were turning to Instagram and just basically online platforms for resources. And so we wanted to be sure that people could still access 90-minute work dates. So for as long as we are hunkered down and safer in our homes, we're going to continue to meet those needs and adjust as needed. And after the quarantine, we started a couple of conversations about collaboration. I'm sure everyone's going to be eager to be outside. I know I am. And so we would pick up those conversations. We had initial conversations about visiting other cities and bringing this experience there. And so we revisit those conversations and make time for them once everything is really safe.
I mean, NOLA pull up, NYC pull up, LA pull up,
Richmond
pull up. Yeah,
the youth professional community.
We are trying to bring that same energy to various cities throughout the U.S. I'm from Cali, Candace is from Baltimore, so we're wanting to tap in and like hone in on different communities.
Oh, that's excellent. And then you can have an after party, you know, with CC.
Right. a 90-minute turn up.
Yes. We are so here for it.
Then you party, you know? So. Mm-hmm. Well, is there anything else, Kel? You have any other questions?
I don't, except for, can you drop, you know, your social media platforms or how we can find you?
Yeah, so you can keep up to date with everything going on with 90-minute work dates in our upcoming 90-minute work date on Saturday, April 11th at 90-minute work date on Instagram. And you can, on the other platforms, you can search the hashtag 90-minute work date, 90-minute work date. And then for personally, I'm called Classic. I am on all platforms at CULTCLASSIQ.
And then I am on Instagram at It's Fiona, Fiona, Crystal, CRYSTAL. And then my business page is digital-PRDIGITALDASHPR on Instagram and all other platforms.
Okay, cool. We'll make sure we have all of that in the description too, so that, you know, anyone who's listening to this or watching this will be able to access you guys from each of your social media platforms. But
y'all make sure y'all come out and join the next virtual 90-minute workday. I know me and Anna will definitely be there with our comeback.
Yes. Maybe light in a little flask. So we can
right. It'll be in a little flask.
But there is April 11th. What's the time again?
Noon.
About 2:30.
2:30. Okay, cool.
And the link will be in the bios of both of your pages?
Yes. The 90-minute workday page.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Well, it was wonderful chatting with you guys. As usual, it's always been a vibe, and we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.